One of the things, once you get to a certain stage in your life, you realize that the time we have on this planet is pretty limited in the context of time. And I asked myself, what am I creating for my kids? What am I creating for myself ultimately? Am I living the life that I truly want to live? And I felt like I wasn't. So to dig in a little bit more, like what do I do to leave a legacy for my children outside of the monetary aspect? Like what else do you leave them? And I think one of the things that showed up for me was experiences.
We decided to travel for a lot of reasons, but one of the main reasons is just life is short. I'm an adventurer, and just spend time with our family, bond, learn about our history and our culture.
I felt nervous. I'm like, oh, what am I gonna do? That thing's set up. I'm not ready.
Well, I was a bit confused because I just thought it was a joke. But then, since I saw that they had a map and all the places we were going to go, it became more real.
I felt a bit nervous, confused, a lot of emotions. Mostly I was excited because I've never had that experience before, and I was curious how it was going to turn out.
We decided to go, giving up the known for the unknown. For the last few years, I've been doing some research on just where we would go and what we would do. And one of the things, as I was uncovering about Central America and just the Americas in general, learning about the indigenous people, that there were people on this side of the planet of African descent from thousands and thousands of years ago. And that struck me as new, because we've always heard that most of the people on this side of the planet that are from Africa were brought here via slave ships, and after digging in a little further, we realized that wasn't necessarily true for everyone. Learned about a ethnic group in Mexico, central Mexico, called the Olmecs, and that's one of the motivations of why we ended up going to Mexico, was to learn more about the Olmecs, who predates the Incas, the Aztecs, the Mayans, and learn a little bit more about their culture.
It felt maybe just like another trip. I think it really settled in that we were on this journey maybe the first 2 weeks in, because now, okay, it's a little bit past the length of our typical vacations. So when we first arrived, we stayed in Cancun because we wanted to be closer to the airport and just for getting settled in. And then we decided, let's drive 8 hours outside of Cancun and see these ruins, which I'm so grateful that we did.
I learned that the pyramids were really old. The pyramids were like older than Daddy old. The pyramids, people used to live in there. Well, it's like a house, basically, but big.
De las estrellas, como bailamos en la gran ciudad. Suavemente, suavemente, suavemente me desclavaba. En tu. Suavemente, suavemente, suavemente me desclavaba.
My experience in Mexico was fun because there was a lot of beaches and there was a lot of scenery and tropical places. One of the fears I was able to overcome was to believe in myself. I wanted to jump off the cliff over the cenote, but then I couldn't do it. So that's why I just did it, and it was the best time of my life.
I was very proud of her because she had a tool in her toolbox for the future. Whenever she's confronted with fear and resistance, that she knows she's had the opportunity to overcome those in the past. and she knows what she needs to do in that point, if she ever needs to, is to just jump.
So Daddy, do you ever feel like you're gonna pop your cork? Like,
Sometimes.
let me show that for you.
Okay.
Don't you ever feel like you get so mad, like you just want to scream out?
Yes, all the time.
Okay, so I could show you how to fix that problem physically.
Really?
Yes.
How do we do that?
All you do is squeeze every part of your body tightly.
All of it?
Everything. Even your head, every part. Don't physically squeeze.
Okay.
But like tighten. And then let it count to 10 and then let it loose. Or 5, I forgot which one.
Okay.
Then you let it loose and then all of a sudden it just releases the stress.
Releases the stress.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now breathe. When you let it out, breathe.
Well, thank you so much for the advice. I really appreciate it. I'll try it and see how well it works, and I'll let you know. So for everyone who's interested in learning how to release stress, whenever you feel like you're about to do what? Pop your cork? Pop your cork. Yes.
From a wine bottle.
Tense and hold it in for 10 seconds and release it. I'm gonna try it. Have a good day.
Daddy taught me division, and Mommy taught me reading.
One thing I appreciated about homeschooling is being with my mom and getting some information from her differently from my teacher. And I got to actually not only learn from house and from electronics, we actually went out and explored.
And one of the things that all the locals told us about Mexico is do not drive at night. Okay, we've been driving for 5 hours.
Just how does
In 1 mile, at the roundabout, take the first exit onto Paseo de la Choco.
While we were driving, the GPS told us where to go, and the GPS works amazing in Mexico. But this one day, it started to glitch. And the address on the map section took us somewhere else outside of where we needed to go. And I'll say, needless to say, it wasn't in the best part of town.
And we finally get to the location, and this is the location, which is obviously not our hotel. So we were a little concerned because the area was a little less than what we expected.
Started to, freak out a little bit, but we got it together.
We call, we get it figured out, but those few minutes before we get it figured out was probably the scariest few moments in Mexico, because the kids are getting hungry, it's dark, what are we gonna do? But it all worked out in the end, and everyone loves a feel-good story.
Destination is on your right.
Yes! First exit.
Right here?
Yes.
Hey, I can't believe you have to
Well, this looks more like it.
act royal.
Wow.
Look like good gentlemen.
We realized that you just got to stay calm and figure the things out as they show up. It's nothing to be afraid of. And we ultimately found where we were going, and the place was amazing.
Exploring means like going around the world, learning new things, and adventure. And legacy means following a path of places you've been. Like Mommy's 30% Mexican. So she took her path to Mexico. That's why she wanted to go there first.
Freedom. It means endless possibilities. It means overcoming inherent ancestral karma and drama that we're carrying that we're unaware of, and being able to clear those up with just experiences.
One thing I learned about myself when I was exploring my legacy was I got braver from them. At first, I was mostly scared of everything. I didn't like tiny lizards, anything. And I used to stay in the house most of the times. But now that I've been exploring, I'm not as afraid of everything at first.
Connection to family, connection to the human race. It means love, overcoming fear and obstacles.
Travel because it's a really fun experience and you get to learn more new things, new cultures, and it's really fun.
I'm so distraught right now.
Hey, does that come with salsa, Chip?
We haven't had any food to eat. It's not funny. It's not funny. We haven't eaten since dinner.
Mommy.
Yes, sir. Now's not a good time. So, I wish you would stop laughing. We made an agreement that we would wake up early. We'd go to the chocolate factory just so we could get there early and get back to get to another museum. So, on our way to the chocolate factory, we saw fresh plantains. It's the home of the plantains. I mean, they've got nothing but plantains. Every corner, plantain. I said, nope, we're not getting it now. We'll wait until we're going home and we're hungry. We'll have plantains. So Ike tells me, get your change. Said change in my hand. Get it all together. Make sure you have all your money. I have all my money. We get to the spot for the plantains. And he presses the gas. Not the brake, the gas. And now we're stuck in traffic. With no food, no plantains.
Mommy.
I've got no words. Look at the traffic. Yep, as far as the eyes can see. Traffic. Traffico.